So aggressive, Siri Bot. So aggressive. Just aggressive. Wow, so aggressive. Nailed it. All right. So for a small time, we're going to try something new. And we're going to have fun painting. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. What's up, Jay? Also, we're going to need new music. We're going to need new music, Jay. Let's see if all right. When you Google or you put into YouTube music, I want to listen to instrumental blues music. Why the frickety frackety fruck does it give you music with lyrics? Hmm? 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 So we're going to try this. We're going to try this. We're going to try this one. There we go. All right. I need to get my wet palette because...
Cause I sucks big fat penises.
As a warning, tomorrow I'm going to turn Nightbot back on to aggressive mode for PG-13 mode. FYI. Yeah. Um, Hootie? Don't start this with me, Hootie. All right. I've been looking for you in Brush for Hire stream so we could get a tag team flip off going on him. And I swear no, not because of you, Solo. Not because of you. I have pinned a message at the very top. Tomorrow and Sunday, I'm going to be participating in the Grumpy Crane raid train. And during the said raid train, we're trying to help raise money. In the spirit of Grumpy Crane, he's always kept his streams extremely safe for work to an annoying point of view. So, in an attempt to maintain that and honor the Crane, we're going to have some PG-13 time. All right. Which means we get 2 shits and 1 fuck. Or the implied fuck. That's it. I think that's what Chris Pratt was saying in an interview one day. Now, can you imagine having to be the person that live filters that and you have to anticipate what the person's about to say?
Emotional damage.
Hootie_Alaruti requests a dad joke.
Let's see if it's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? How come the stadium got hot after the game? Because all the fans left, you studs. Or we could say the Cowboys were playing. Hi, sweetie, how are you? Or for the Canadians, it was a Toronto's Maple Leafs game or Blue Jays game. Toronto Maple Leafs game. Hello, my love. How are you? Hmm? Hmm? And I got to do some work with AI and yell at it a little bit. Maybe on Monday. Monday for sure, but potentially on Saturday. I'm curious if I can get something to work. But in order to make it work, I need AI. So, yay. Caught in between two rocks in a hard place. That's no fun. All right. Wet palette got that thing got. I need brushes. I want this brushy. I want this brushy. And I want this brushy. And I want this brushy. And this brushy. Very, very technical with my brushies. So, all right. I've been futzing with this guy off stream because I did not like the initial thing that I did with him. So before, let me zoom in. So the very first initial thought was to do something like this, and I don't like it. It wasn't coming out the way that I wanted it to come out. So at the last time I was talking with Visit, we went with this side. Don't like it either. I really don't like it. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's not jiving for me. So yesterday, making a Dalmatian. So it is Cerberus, so technically the name is Spot. So Spot would not be wrong. You are not wrong, Hootie. But still, fuck you. So last night, I did half of this and I did the other half of this. I like the red and this a lot better. I think it looks much, much more in line with what I want to do. So we're going to do the rest of this as red to line up with this. That's my plan. That's my plan, Stans. But yeah, I've been looking for you, Hootie, in frickin' Brush for Hire stream so I can tag team giving him the bird. Where's my buddy Hootie been? Where's Hootie been? Non-existent. Non-existent. High and dry. Well, to be honest, I usually check in really early in the morning, and I was like, I had a morning. I had a morning, okay? I had a morning. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and I ordered stuff from ReaperCon recently because I wanted a druid, a turtle druid. I didn't have one in my collection of things. So when I was ordering stuff from Druid Reaper, of course I have to order like the mat and get 3 other paints on top of what I had. And then because of that, I got this mat and 3 other MSP 2.0 paints and another sanding twig, which I don't care about. So we're going to try this mat out for a while and see how it works. Hopefully. Hopefully it works out kind of nice for now. And they put mushrooms in there because you get a ghoulie bag, right? So I have a bag full of candy that I'm never going to eat. But they put these mushrooms in there. I'm like, okay, so what's the mushroom for? Do I use it as like a miniature holder? Is that what they're trying to say? You know, here's a miniature holder. No, no, it's a goddamn effing pen. What the? It's one of those days. One of those days with Painty. But now I don't have a pen that my cat can steal, so maybe a good thing. So yeah, I hope everybody's Friday was enjoyably great. And I was clear. It's not because of you, right, Solo? Good evening, Calgrat. How are you? What? But why? Was it Yab? If it wasn't, can I still blame Yab? All right. I think this brush is taking me as far as I can go with it. There we go. Let me just swap out that rug anyway. I keep meaning to put this on. There we go. Ba, ba, na, na. I need to thin this paint. Mm-hmm. Obviously, fire. Okay. I was just admiring a bot name. What was I saying about AI before Elgrat showed up and I was talking about the figure? Son of a biscuit, I forgot. Um, mm, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum. Oh, it's on the back of my neck. Mm. Mm. Yeah, you're not fully wrong on that, Johnny. You're not fully wrong on that. How are you doing today, Johnny? And coming from us across the pond, we have Johnny Jeans Minis doing a non-creative green color. What am I looking for? Oh, so I have a new turtle to paint up. That's going to be a blue-green, so I have some greens that I'll have to work with. Not a terrible sculpt either, so that'll be kind of fun. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Um, so when you order things from Reaper, sometimes you get trick or treats, and I got a rock. An actual rock, true and proper, a physical rock. All right. Well, it did come from Texas, so that could be true. All right, so my red's kind of on there and based up. That's looking kind of even and full. Except for the tail. The tail's shit still. And thank God I only have to paint 2 tongues. Because, man, I might go crazy if I had to paint 3. Yeah, it's... I could see that. Like, I looked at it for a moment. I'm like, really? 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 I need to spruce. So, hopefully I'll be able to prime that up this weekend and start it. Because I have a D&D session on Sunday. The other one we got was this Elwyn and Nice. So we have a potion vendor that I can paint up as well. A lot of sides. I've noticed that. Good number of scythes. But the playlist is called Dark Blues. Might need one of these other ones. I don't know if this one's going to cut it. Dark Whiskey Blues. Yeah, Dark Blues music. Whiskey Blues instrumental music to relax radio. Lady Rosses. Oh, by the way, we were able to get. Why did you pin shout out to Johnny Jean's minis? What? Why did you pin that one, Layden? You can exclamate grumpy and that message will come back up. It's okay. I can fix it. 1 second. There you go. There you go. Excellent. Good evening, No Mana. By the way, Layden, I was able to get Senior Beagle's Discord stuff working, so this Saturday for Stay in Frame, can we join one of the Discord servers and use that instead of voice to chat through stream together? We'll still do a stream together call, but we won't be using the voice aspects of it. We'll literally be using it for shared chat. Keka. If he doesn't have it set up on his end yet, I'll harass him again. But he should have a private channel set up on his side, so we can add people as necessary. Our pupper's starting to look proper and red. So much fur texture. That brush is not working. Ah, no point in shaving it. I know why it's gone bad. I don't like this dry brush. The center of it got hard, and it doesn't want to hold as much paint as it thinks it should be holding. When it fails at being a dry brush, it goes to the never going to give you up corner.
Emotional damage.
N0 Mana Man requests a dad joke.
Right. What are we going to get? 1 second. What does an angry pepper do? It gets jalapeno face. It gets all up in your face. That's how it's supposed to be said. But I can't undo that one because my brain sees it and says jalapeno now. Also, you doing okay, Layden? Haven't seen you live in a while. Hey, look, we have one cohesive pupper now. Oh, what sword you get? Let's take a look in a second, Auntie. Let me finish cleaning this brush up. just in case I decide I want to keep it and use it. I like that antifreeze. The art piece is good. So it's a rapier based off of what? It is a rapier. Ah. A side sword.
Elgrat would like to give Katu a treat.
Yeah, we got 13 minutes. I'll do it after the break, Helgrat. After the first ad break. If you can wait that long. If you can wait that long. If you can't wait that long, I'll do it now. Okay. If I go and get it, Boo! Oh no! Who's there? Is it Boo-hoo? Good evening, Pukra. We have a few minutes before our ads go, or 13 minutes before ads. After that, we'll be giving Katra a treat. We're working on our bestest of boys, Cerebris. I'm just starting to try to establish a few things. Finally decided to go red and brown. Oh, injured kitty care is no fun. I've been very careful with Katra. She's been breaking quarantine, but I'm trying to, not let her break too often. I did put her in a harness and take her outside to get treats. Or you take her outside, and she's mainly wanting to go outside just to eat grass. So, like, sweetie, I can grow grass inside. You don't have to be out here where the hawks are. Yeah, she's currently hanging out at the window right now. She is my only kitty. Before Catcher, I had the Abominable Warrior Echo. That was a tuxedo cat. And she was the most gorgeous and best of kitties. Very good lap kitty. Great lap kitty. She passed on, and it took me a while to get Catra. But I decided it was the best of time to get the sweet kitty. So, if you wanted to do co-arting, I would be up for it too, Booker, if you felt the need or felt so inclined. I know you were streaming earlier today while you were helping the raid train out. So if you just want to hang and vibe. Tomorrow I did sign the stand frame crew up for the 4 o'clock to 10 p.m. shift. And then I took a 1 till whenever you stream shift. Oh no, not connection's been weird with Twitch. Twitch has been weird. Twitch has said, "Hold my beer, let me be twitchy." As all get out. Bow, wow, bow, bow, wow, 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 wow. I'll need to get more water. Bow, bow, wow, wow. Okay. So our bestest of boys. Go there for now because I'm done. Kind of done dry brushing. It's time to do the brushwork. Everybody wants to be a painter until it's time to do the brushwork. Oh, I kind of have a sort of question for you, Pook. Bow, bow, wow, wow. All right, so my brain does not know how to let things go sometimes. And my question is, if you had a watercoloring notebook, give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, Pooker is now live. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. Do you want to use Discord or did you want to do this through? Come on. Okay. So I do hear you. However, 1 second. So you know. Yeah, that way. Oh, see? Oh god. Oh god. I'm breaking everything. I got it. So I've got it. So let me zoom this thing out. Focus. Focus. I was thinking I could take one of these pieces of paper. This is a watercoloring notebook. That I use to swatch paint with when I'm doing things. If you fold, would it look okay if it rounded across, or would you use acrylics, or would you like find a cheap watercolor set and just kind of like futz your watercoloring background? I guess yes. Oh, I will. So that You want to say hello to Pukra? You want to say hello to Pukra? You want to say hello to Miss Pukra? Huh? You want to say hello to Pukra? Huh? Yes. So that was the question, because I got all of this. I'm not a huge fan of this notebook because the paper seems thin or feels thin. Um, so this, but I liked this one a lot better because this one felt a lot firmer when I was using. Uh, oh, I've gathered that was something I was working on. I was like, I opened the notebook. I'm like, I don't like this paper. I don't like this paper. I don't like this paper. Oh, I do have color pencils. I could use that. I have crayons too, and that would work just as good. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. I gotcha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But because it looks like, yeah, because I can kind of see where it's warped on on the notebook itself. Just as because that's a good idea for because I was just thinking about ways to like fill that background in, and if I did like a yellowy orange volley background, that would be kind of. I mean, for the job you want it to do, it looks like it's working well. Mm-hmm. Ah. Okay, sweetie. Yeah. All right. Mhm. Oh, I got it. It's a piece that I've been doing for myself. It's it's the I need to get out of my head piece. All right. I need to go. Give me a minute. I need to go grab cat treats. Because someone gets cat treat. Someone gets cat treat. Okay. I'm waiting for ads to finish, and then we're going to go into cat treat time. Cat treat. Who? Stinky Palooza. Hmm. Mm. She's getting her treat on. There you go, sweetie. So, I mean, I just use it to make squares for when I'm painting figures right now on that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Um, yeah, it fell Jay, and I'm going to let her chew on it because it's the easiest thing sometimes. So, I've mentioned she's really liking to try to get outside now, and it's annoying the ever living crap out of me because I have hawks that live in the neighborhood. Um, so I started to try to grow wheatgrass again in the house, so she could try to chew on that, and she won't be as, how you say, hopefully interested in the outdoors and calm down just a little bit. Um, the first one I bought was like some Japanese planter that essentially just grows it, and then the moment you put it down, it's instantly destroyed because there's no soil to it. So it has no mass, and she can just pick it straight out and it's gone. Yeah, so I have another one that has a puck of soil that you put in. I started that last week, and I foolishly buried the seeds. The seeds are supposed to go on top of the soil or at the very high in there because they don't poke through the soil. So I recleaned uh recleaned another set of seeds and put it on top of the soil, and I'm waiting for it to sprout more so I can put it down. That way she does not, it's a little bit harder for her to get the grass to come out, and hopefully it gives her a little bit more brain itchy happiness. You sent me DMs, and that's what I've been using. Because I took her to the vet one time, and the guy's like, "Yeah, noticed some really weird liver numbers. You might want to take up any cat plants." So I took up the wheatgrass then, and kind of, she was kind of okay with it being gone. But this one hopefully will be a little bit better because I've noticed like the stuff that just grows from the water, it gets kind of like glossy on top. Like there's like a glass filament that's kind of connecting the two pieces together. And I'm like, yeah, we'll actually grow in soil this time and see how she likes it. Because it was just weird. It was like a weird number. It's like one of those numbers that's never supposed to change, but it did change. And we had her retest, and she's like, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know either, man. So he's like, I mean, it seems to be normal for her, so continue on. I'm like, rock and roll. So baselines have been established. That's great. Raw ace, so it, but as you can see, she has not changed a bit. She is constantly jumping up and down. She is running. She's got the zoomies. Her fur and her coat are amazing feeling. There's nothing that's like, oh, something's wrong. It's like, nah, yeah. The guy's like, she lost 2 ounces in the month that you. I'm like, the difference is the amount of time we played. That's it. She is active. Um, if she's not chasing after me, she's sleeping in the room with the laser red dot, waiting for it to turn back on so she can chase it around a little bit sometimes. Other times it's I get the feather toy and we play for a little bit and we play until she gets tired and it's like, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what he said, what's funny is that he's like, yeah, she's a little chubby. I'm like, the frack? This cat's not chubby. Like she has all of the right physiques. How is she chubby? Well, she's just got a little bit of pudge on her. I'm like, I don't understand you, but okay. Because she's like 9 pounds and 2 ounces or something. Like, so, mhm. uh, so she's kind of, it worked. She's kind of like a number 7-ish just because of the pudge on her belly. And it's not necessarily her profile. And I'm like, mhm. Well, there is no material. Like, there's no material where, like, because somebody's like, have you ever considered what a cat carries in their little pouch right there? Because it's really relevant in females because that's kind of where the kittens get carried when they, if they ever birth them. Uh, and someone's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's where they carry their 9 millimeter to shoot people, to shoot people and talk about their weight. Like, I, I didn't need to know this, but I find this humorous. I am entertained by your knowledge. Yeah. Stop hunching over. Stand up straight. Stand up straight. It's kind of what it is. Yeah. Yeah. I so like the vet's like, what do you feed her? I go, I feed her she free feeds dry kibble because I don't restrict her on it because she's done such a great job maintaining her weight. Or we just play more and it's fine. And then in the evening hours she gets, 1 ounce of wet food every night. Um, which is, depending on the vet you talk to, could be too much or not enough. It's like as expensive as cat food is now, my lord. And then you have to find like the right wet food because it's not any kind of wet food. Like I bought Fancy Feast when I first got her like years ago. Nope, don't want it. Don't want to touch it. Like, are you serious? Most cats go, yeah. No, it's not. But so I had to like trial and error a couple of brands, and then one brand I noticed she wasn't eating a whole lot of any of it, so I switched out to a different brand and had to go through trial and error again. And then finally the Shiba stuff, for whatever reason, she has enjoyed that with the gravy. Uh, really? That's so hard when pets have allergies like that. Kids. Hmm. But the diabetic food isn't helping him. That's that's never gonna happen. Thank you for the stretch, Jay. Mhm. Oh. Like, dude, come on, man. Um, soy and science. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, no. At least someone took the time. Oh, uh, at least someone took the time to review it and say not for diabetics. You're 79% not carb. So I feel like we need to play the game called Is it carb or is it not? Got a lot of that whey protein. Well, so she used to really like chicken, freeze dried chicken, because I would give her, so like the evening hours, I would give her treats of some kind of blue crunchy treat. And then I would do like a piece of freeze dried chicken. Um, but she's like, no, I'm not really into the freeze dried chicken right now. Give me that blue stuff. I'm like, okay. That's good. Oh, do you, no. This is like the one of the really good things that you should be grumpy about, because it's like seriously, how much do we spend on our animals for to make sure they're comfortable? And it's like, what am I like? Really, really? Hmm. I mean, some vets are some vets deserve that though. Like it's not it's not all, you know. Yeah, it's yep. Because I know some, yeah, and they seem to be doing okay. Because like I was actually kind of sad when the doctor switched, and I did not have the lady that I had before that looked at Catra. I was somewhat annoyed by that, but you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Uh, was it the lady with the weens, or is it the lady that's like it's time to feed the beagles? And they have like this massive amount of beagles. They have like this really big bowl, and they have like these puppy beagles, and they tie all the ears up really quick, and they let them go, and you can see them just running around in a circle while they're eating out of the bowl. I can't remember if it was wiener dogs or if it was beagles that were doing. It's just like one of those. You're like, it's beagles. Okay, that's what it was. I thought it was Jay. Thank you. I just I think about that every so often. When you said that about the cats, it's like cats typically want to just like I last time I had multiple animals when I was growing up. Sometimes cats prefer the dog food over their own food just because the content was different in them. Uh, but it's also not as good for them because it doesn't have the taurine in them that they need to survive because cats are yeah. So mm, And that's sometimes that's the question that comes down. It's like, are you sure? Because I'm not always a super big fan of specialty diets. Like my mom's done that before with some of her dogs, is that she'll make the chicken and rice for them, and nothing really changes sometimes with the chicken and rice on the it's like super bland diets that she's like put them on, and she's like, I have no idea anymore. But uh I hate. Hmm. No. Oh no, I've put this random bowl of food out on this table. I really hope the cat doesn't come and eat it. Yeah. I'm I'm actually like really happy because like Catra really started, she only really liked like um Friskies at the beginning. Uh and then I tried Nulo, which I think I had Echo on for a number of years, and she's thankfully likes it a little bit better. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Just because it's like does not work out well. And I mean, she would like blue probably, but blue's like really expensive. And I'm like, I don't need to be spending that money right now. Or it's not like it's just I'm like, it's really expensive grain free cat food that, you know, she has just the highest like ability of like gaining weight on, like inconsistent, like incorrectly. So Because I'm like, if she starts putting on too much weight, then I'll have to like do feeding time, and it's like I don't really want to do feeding time. So I'm really glad that she's intelligent enough to self-regulate. That's I'm gonna say this about Katra. She actively tries not to throw up on the carpet. She is the weirdest cat I've ever known. And she will like all of a sudden I'll hear her start mewling like crazy. And it's kind of like a distress call. And I'll go check and she's like on the hardwood somewhere and all of a sudden she upchucks. And it's usually yes. She makes a big drama out of it. And it's usually when she is trying to eat a stick. I don't understand this cat. Like she will literally like nom on like a the first time I noticed her doing it was when she was trying to eat like one of those like plastic tie things that you would put around like a cable or something. Like she literally gagged herself on it. I'm like, then why do you keep going back for it? Like, excuse me, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen again. Like, kitty. Uh, yeah, she she's a she's a bit of a drama queen sometimes. What is story time this night? The Witch of the Woods. So it is not a book for Bean, but have you read? Well, the book I'm about to talk about is not a book for Bean. Um, it's son of a biscuit. Why can't I think of the name? Is that? Hold on, I can look at my Audible because I listened to it. Oh, I need to finish the last argument of Kings. Uh, what? Finished. That's 40K, 40K, not the law before they were hanged. Nope, nope. It's Witcher. The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. It was a book a friend recommended. They were reading it, so I got into it and read it as well. I was just curious what it was what had them interested, so I was checking it out because you dated once before, you know why. Uh, so it was Salem witches time frame, and they were talking about like women's suffrage and all of that kind of stuff. I'm like, it's actually not that bad of a book. It was kind of interesting. Like there are parts of it that really made me think just a smidge, but so I at the time how we got on the topic of books was I had just started, I was actively trying to work out, so I would like to listen to audiobooks when I was at the gym. And I should probably switch to doing that again on my phone, but for whatever reason, Audible between a phone and a tablet do not like to behave. For for some reason, it's like we have seamless updating technology between your devices. BS. BS, good sir. I call shenanigans because I was listening to it was a Star Wars book before I broke up with the Star Wars universe. They were just about they were trying to get the High Republic going and the idea of it because they were trying to bring in new younger audiences. So they had like this 13 book review period going like that. They tried to do like a DC universe thing and be like, I have this entire map out idea of what it will be. It'll have kids shows, it'll have young adult, it'll have kids books, it'll have like adult books. It'll be like a I have a story about Ewoks once I get done with this story. Uh so I listened to that audiobook, which was very much a radio production. And it was I listened to it, and at the time my partner was like, "So what did you think?" I'm like, "I have to break up with this." She's like, "Really?" I go, I cannot keep going down with Star Wars because it's confused. And it's not confused in the right way, it's confused in the way that we don't know how to tell a story. Um, so I go different partner, new partner. We go check out a comic book store because why not? And every time I wear a shirt that says Ewalking Dead, like the Walking Dead, but it's Ewalking Dead, everybody under the sun stops me. Don't know why, but that shirt makes them go, I love that shirt. Where did you get it from? I'm like, I got it from a random loot crate. I don't know where it's from. I go into the comic book store and we're talking to the comic book guy there. The guy, when he's there, super nice, knowledgeable, can like talk to you about anything. Amazing, amazing salesman. The people he has underneath them really make you wonder, how did you get hired? He brings me a Star Wars comic. That's the Ewoks. I'm like, son of a biscuit. I bought it and I read it still, and I still have it downstairs on my shelf. But he's like, aren't they so cute? But then we got talking about like all the different kind of comic books and the genres of comics, and like, and he's like really trying to hard sell me. I'm like, I can't buy it. Like I have a problem with Star Wars because I can't keep up with what they're doing. Can't keep up with the TV shows, can't keep up with the books, can't keep up with the comic books because they were constantly rebooting. They're like, it. That's a longer rant. Uh, well, yeah. Or they're trying to slowly revive them in different ways. It's like, this isn't working out so well. Yeah. But you should probably go take care of the Beano. Ah. So but the Marvel. Oh, I should probably do that too. I was like, oh, I should probably do that as well for myself for Sunday because I'm gonna do that the raid train thing from 1 till whenever you start streaming on Sunday. Um, and then later that night, after a small break, I'm gonna go Laden Roses is going to host a D&D game where I get to play a druid named Baka. So I get to be a turtle druid that's just like wandering around licking random things going, is this a mimic? So 1985 Games released a book called The Spirit of Obijimi. It's a Studio Ghibli inspired D&D setting. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that would be kind of cute to have like a druid with like the rose petals.
Oh, thank you, Tavern Keeper Miniatures coming in
Oh.
with the awesome people.
I got Tavern Keeper coming in with the raid. Hello! They should be able to hear you in the background, yes. You're still on the same audio. For whatever reason, Stream Together is on the same audio as YouTube Music. Don't understand why. Do not understand why. So I actually prefer using Discord. I was reading what Tavern said in Spookra. I was like, Dukra. I was like, son of a biscuit. Brain, slow down. They're weird. Brains are weird. Welcome in, Tavern. What were you working on? If you got any works in progress or pics you want to share, let me know, and I will gladly I'll toss you a permit so you can post them. I'm not always link friendly just because I've had some bad experiences with random people. But I have the amazing Pooker hanging out with me. We were discussing art media and watercoloring papering and what would kind of be the bestest way to kind of convey an idea and thought. I am working on a Cerberus. So this is from the Reaper Bones 5 Greek Odyssey. I've changed its color 3 times. We're on the last version of it. I believe we're going to do a dark brown and red. And I want to kind of go for this effect all the way over here too. So we've kind of been working on this side for most of the evening. Excellent. I'll look forward to seeing him on Instagram. I believe I follow you on Instagram. I do. But yeah, so what 2 miniatures were you able to finish on stream tonight? I'm gonna have to change the eye color and go super contrasty with it. I can already tell. Red and orange eyes are not going to work. So we'll probably have to do yellow green eyes. Heavy weapons for the Sisters of Battle. So I have to actively keep an eye out for one Warhammer box because I like the way the sisters look in it. Like I'm not a huge Warhammer fan or James Workshop painting fan, but this one is like, I want that box. It's the Darkfall kill team that they leaked for like one of the Q3 things. I really like the poses that they have in it. So I will be painting something up. I have a lot primed. Too much primed. But tonight is kind of just a chill, fun, futzing night. Have fun, work on whatever, and get it done. On Sunday, we will be returning to our Bay Dragon. I'll be doing a special stream from 1 till when Pooker goes live. I think it's 6 or 5. I can't remember which. So, yeah, something like. Nah, you're fine. So we'll be working on the Fey Dragon again on Sunday. We'll do a long extended stream and just grind out getting the orange scales squared away and looking beautiful and popping out, along with the coral fins. That's not the one I want. Where did it go? Sir K, where did you go? You're not there. You're not there. You're there. On Monday nights, we do Mix It Up Monday, which we mix all of our own paint colors. It was an idea that I got from Grumpy Crane Studio, who got it from Brush for Hire, who then we still say explicitives to every so often. But we make all of our own paint colors from our primaries, and we mix it up and we paint various things. This is Sir K from Big Child's Creatives. And we have Merlin as well. Oh dear God, this is going to be a lot right here. I can already tell it's going to be a lot. Like Lucy Darling, magical, the audacity a lot. And then on Wednesdays, we do board game stuff. I'm currently working through Batman, the animated series. So we have a Joker started, which I'm really liking. I just need to do a lot of blacklining on. And after that, we have just like 3 figures left and I'll have a box done. But yeah, it's probably this Sunday I'm going to start my scavenger. This is a joke from Monster Den Minis, and I'm going to paint it because I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I've convinced others to paint it with me. So one night, Monster Den Miniatures was joked, and someone challenged him to draw a stripping Jawa, and then Hack and Slash. Yes. And then Hack and Slash Minis, another sculptor and creator, saw the joke, kept the joke going, and created a figure off of it. So, and it's not like a super bad one. It's like, wow, that actually looks like it's kind of fun to paint because you have like the nice big puffy cloak. And you could do like all kinds of different things with it. So, there's an Instagram post if you're curious. November 9th's the cutoff date for hashtag Monster Den Minis, just to show them our love and support for the man being the goofball and lovey-dovey welcoming person that he is. For a variety of people. I mean, he's on Sunday nights and the evening hours, he's got Marbles of Madness going. He's like super nice. He's always ready to teach and talk about different aspects of painting and different things as well. Once a month, he runs the Council of Miniature Painters. So he will gather up various people and sit down and talk about different aspects of miniature painting. Runic Raccoon was on there. Maya Mev was on there. Zambies was on there. Next year, I think he has Painting Big Anne and Kara Curley, which is I Draw Carolines for. She's not Reaper. She's not direct Reaper, but she's Reaper adjacent. She leads and organizes the Cult of Burgundy Wine, which woman really likes Burgundy wine. Really likes Burgundy wine. Not to drink, but more of a paint color. Because she'll put it in like everything. She actually did the box art for the Drakenhall lady for Moonlight Minis, I think. I know she does she does a lot of the she will do like painting work, and she is a recognized painter. She's pretty good. She's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Just she can be a lot. The is it the grumpy gooning a-thon? I would just be careful. That is the wisest choice you could ever make, Bukara. Because I mean, that's his tavern, and you become a certified goon in it. And I'm like, you run the most PG streams known to man, yet it's the one thing that brings Grumpy joy. Yeah. So. Sometimes not knowing is better than knowing. Oh, by the way, Pukra, did you know that Tiny Big Wars is also known as Epic Cheese TV, aka Wonderful Wars, aka Disappoints You in Bed? Someone's changed their name and what's that? Tiny Big Wars. Yeah. Oh, no. Tiny Cute Wars might work better. So he used to be known as Epic Cheese TV, or someone said Wonderful Wars. And then I added Disappointed You in Bed because I think it's funnier that way. So one night, every time somebody came into chat, he was like, oh, by the way, this is Epic Cheese TV. So then I pinned the post for once in my life and said, by the way, everybody, did you know this? And it's been the running joke a handful of times. And sadly accurate. And sadly accurate. I do have room for 2 more. I said, I have room for 2 more. I will make one. Yes, I will use it. Let me confirm which one is open. Did you ever watch the Yogscast? Simon and Lewis. Tiny will know who I'm talking about, hopefully. At one point, they were doing at one point they were doing they were playing Portal 2. In Portal 2, there was a cooperative piece to it. The cooperative piece required you, like, each of you had one part of the portal and you had to work to get yourselves through the portals in hand. At the end, there was a group emote command, and every time they would complete something, you go, okay, Eiffel Tower. Because one was a really short ball and one was a really long torpedo looking thing. So the high five emote was absolutely hilarious because they both went like super stiff and they would do it that way. It when you said that, it made me think, oh, that. All right. The best part of is to put a portal under your friend that is under a portal. Yeah. It was like one of the greatest, like, goofy ways to troll your friends. Uh Also, I have two animated spots, so it can be an animated one. Okay. You could do that this weekend while streaming and thinking of things to do while you do your art. Alrighty, you be safe, Pukro, and we will. Sadly, he's a lot of red and oranges, and that's about all he goes. His teeth will be different, and his eyes are going to have to be like that greeny yellow that we were talking about. So, I don't know. I think I like the green idea better. I think I like the green. I. Mm, mm, you better leave before I get too many ideas because that idea would work. I could do blue on one head, blue in one eye, green in one eye, and then green on the other two eyes. Bye. You have to go read Nugget a story. You helped. You helped. You did help, Bukra. Thank you. Because that will actually be kind of fun and nice. Because I mean, they're. Let's be real. I mean, he's kind of furry like a husky. Ooh, that would have been a good reference photo is to look at huskies. Yeah, yeah. We have Cerberus, the red and black husky. How you doing tonight, Tiny? Also, Tiny, if you need someone to help you with cute art, I would recommend Bukra. Boom. I need to focus up in this area a lot more right now. Boom, wow. I can raise my desk. Hi. 6 to 10. Get right up early. Mm-hmm. How are you, my sweet? No, yawn, yawn. Mm-hmm. Hello, my love. Mm. How are you? Mm-hmm. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Do you not like my singing? Do you not like it when I hum? Hmm? Who's a sweetie? Who's my sweetie pig? I have a new mat on my desk, so she's kind of not keen on getting on that mat. Mm. But kitty, I'm having kitty time. That's what I need Bukra to make for me. That is the suggestion. If she could make something like that for me. Okay. Goodbye. Thank you. Enjoy your adventure. Have fun storming the castle. Boom. Also, how's the background mat working a little bit better? Is it turning out nicey? Boom, ba-da-dum. Oh, I gotta put Tavern Keeper down on that list. Huzzah! Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What's up, Jay? Nothing much. All right, nothing, honey. Lecter's Kitchen. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. How you doing, Lecty? We're working on a little bit of a Cerberus. I've had several different ideas. I settled on the red and black idea. Oh, by the way, Lecters, in case you didn't know, Tiny Big Wars or Tiny Cute Wars, one of the two, uh, used to be known as Epic Cheese TV, who is also known as Wonderful Wars and also known as Disappointed in Bed. It's been a running joke for about a week, so I I'm almost to the end of caring about it. I'm almost to the end. Just 3 more months left. So how you been, Lectors? I haven't been able to check out your streams in a while. Are you doing okay? But yeah, we're trying to get the red and the. I'm really liking how it's looking, depending on how you look at it in the light, and it's. I didn't intend for it to work out that way, but it's working out very nicely in my favor. Have you considered sugar? Or, 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 hear me out. Just hear me out. You find a new dating sim and you try to convince the app to play it. Oddly works wonders for me. Don't ask. Um, Yab was doing. He dated the Colonel, but had to break up with the Colonel because the Colonel was too focused on fried chicken. Now he's playing some farming dating sim game where he has to go fix random tools by pointing a nail gun at the thing. It doesn't actually nail correctly. You just have to point the right tool at the object. No, it has the best voice acting since Date Everything, and that the TTS speech is just amazing. And by amazing, I mean Godzilla was better. The OG Godzilla was better. And Yab has to drive. What we think is a Ford Ranger, we're not quite sure. Yeah, those eyes are definitely going to have to change. Mm-hmm. David Blaine. What do you mean, David Blaine? Did you get on a random jet plane and go to the island with Epstein and Donald Trump and all of the rich Americans that believe the rules don't apply to them? Do the frog trick. He's a magician. Oh. No. A real frog. How does he split a real frog? Is it a tree frog that can just be broken in half? Nope. 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 No. 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 That no. 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 Instantly no. See, Lectors is with me. No means no. Potato. Bone stew. How you doing tonight? Snuggle with the puppy. Did you get a plastic button to cover your computer so the puppy can't turn it off? German Shepherd Shar Pei mix. Oh, super cutie and super smart. All puppies are puppies. Age doesn't matter. They're just either small puppies or big puppies. Old puppies or young puppies, but they're all puppies. See, Cerberus. Still puppy. So, I have a small story to tell today. I go for a walk in the evening during, technically after I was supposed to be done with work, but I left a little bit early because I was on PTO because I didn't see our NTP to come in until late. I go to the park and I'm walking around and I'm starting my walk. There's a guy walking a brown haired dog in front of me. Looks like a German Shepherd. I'm like, okay, whatever. Get to a downhill part and there's another lady walking opposite direction to us. And he stops kind of around the bend and he kind of looks at me and he's like, the dog doesn't like it when you walk behind it. I'm like, okay. I look and I take my earbud out and I go, is it a Malinois? Because I finally got to look at its face and it's got a really long snoot and a very, very black mask and just like one of the prettiest caramel colors you'd ever see on a fur. I'm sitting there walking. I'm like, good thing I stepped away from the dog because I don't know if it wanted to go bitey or not, but it was a really well behaved Malinois, which is sometimes unique for them. Hello, my love. How are you? Okay. So you want to hang out like right there? Hmm? You want to hang out right there? I'm okay if you hang out right there. Light orange rust. All right, we have too many miniature painting colors going on. I don't know what to do with my life anymore. There would have been a time I would have said it was a light brown coat. Now I'm like, it's caramel. Or really, it's more of a bone color. It's like a muted cocky brown. Because you haven't seen her tonight, Potato. Well. Hi. Okay, you want to go that way? You want to be behind me, I gotcha. She looks like a redhead on dogs. Now, are we talking strawberry blonde redhead, true redhead, dark redhead, violet redhead, brown redhead, auburn redhead? Oh. Oh. You want to go that way, Torty? You want to go that way, sweetie? You're okay. Lectors, Jay, Potato, and all those in chat. You are being judged from a kitty tree. So it was day 9 telling a story one night in his chat. And he was talking about responsible dog owners. When you said that, there is a fly humming around in the room. I don't know where they come from, but I have the window open because it's really freaking nice outside right now. It's like 70 degrees. It's like, oh, sign me the F up. Like, I'm a little upset that I didn't get to make a soup this weekend because it's going to be too warm. I was going to do a smoked chicken, potato gnocchi soup. But she's loafing on the corner. And I don't get to do that because it's going to be too warm. Instead, I shall do a tri-tip like a brisket. In general. I like that. In general listens to me. Is it sometimes like the meme with the not the Malinois, but the Great Pyrenees that's kind of like a Labrador, but not quite like a Labrador? Where it's someone going, my wife telling me, telling someone it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, and she's sitting there holding the dog's snoot shut, trying to get it to not bark or speak. That's how we change the dog. Our Cerberus is going to be red and black, or red and dark brown. We're going to do blue, blue, green on the next 3 eyes. So I get to do 3 eyes blue, 3 eyes green. Yeah. Crucial Blue. Thank you for that alert.
Thank you, Crucial Blue, coming in with the awesome people.
Uh-oh, here comes our friend Crucial Blue. What were you working on tonight, or were you playing a video game? Oh, yeah. Shut up, Crucial Blue. Shut up, Crucial Blue. Oh, hi! Opens the Pokemon packs that chat donated. All right, hold on. Me, 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 me. Oh, hi there. Minnie opened. Oh, Mini Me. Oh, hi. Mini Me opens the Pokemon packs that chat donated to her. Then I finished building a kill team and then started this Vindicator, you land lubbers. Welcome in, Slivic. I can be a lot of goofy. We've currently been on stream for about 3 hours. About or 4 or 5, it gets real weird sometimes. But for the most part, it's great. We're having us a fantastic night. Over down in the right-hand side, I have Katra hanging out, making sure that I'm safe from the outside and enjoying the sniff of the air. I am Painty Paints. I am currently working on a Cerberus from Reaper Bones 5, specifically the Greek Odyssey. I have changed colors on it 3 times. This is the final color that we're going to be doing. We're going to do 3 blue eyes, 3 green eyes. I decided to kind of go with a red-brown kind of molten lava-y fiery pupper, because some artwork has him that way. He is the Hound of Hell that is kind of protecting. Sometimes he's depicted with smooth fur, but Reaper really gave him a lot of textured fur. So I'm thinking of him as more of a husky, just red and black. So that way we can do the hexachroma eyes as well. We like to do primarily fantasy things here. At some point, I might paint a kill team for Sisters of Battles, but we'll see. We do board games, we do fantasy for the most part. We like to push ourselves, and we don't quite do display painting, but we kind of do display painting. It's a real weird time here sometimes. And you have the amazing Crucial Blue, and also I did pin a message. Tomorrow, the crew that's called Stay in Frame will be joining the Grumpy Crane raid train. For those that don't know, Grumpy Crane Studios is going through a bit of a rough patch right now and could really use a lending hand. Thank you. I'm just kind of futzing around getting my red and blacks ready, because I think once I get like the main of the fur squared away, I'll be a lot happier with it. I just hadn't gotten there yet, you know. This side looks a lot more like I was thinking it would look like, and it's kind of neat getting to turn it around and you get to see different aspects and angles, and it kind of shows different things that you missed. But as I was saying, we will be joining the raid train tomorrow, and then I have a second shift on Sunday. I'll be taking between 1 to 6 p.m. before I raid into Pukra. In which, what we'll be working on Sunday is this pretty thing. This is a Fey Dragon from Reaper Bone 6. The Briarwood Veil, which is a Fey-themed inspiration. And we're kind of going super bright, saturated colors. So like a red coral, blues hard spits, goldy browns, orange, bright orange. We're about 6 hours into the model. I've gotten down most of the spine, and we're going to continue kind of working our oranges up through it all before we go back to the blues and the reds again. And if I decide not to work on that, I'll pick something else from one of my boxes. On Saturdays, Stay in Frame, we do all kinds of fun things. Yeah. We mix it up quite a bit here. Every stream is a little bit different, and we kind of theme it around different aspects and things. Friday was a night that I did not know what to do with. So we just kind of call it Fun Friday. And we go from there. The Dragon's got a lot of work left in it. You get some rest, Blue. Be safe. Enjoy. And I'm sure I will. It's not the last time I will see you. I tend to shift my figures depending on the day of the week and what it is. On Wednesdays, we paint primarily board game kind of stuff. So I have a lot of little boxes for my minis that I keep them in. The current hyperfixation on it is Batman, the animated series. So we're working on doing like comic book themes for a lot of this. The Joker needs a lot of blacklining done on it, along with some of the other villains in here. But the villains that are currently remaining that need to be painted were like the Penguin, Two-Face, the Riddler, Mr. Freeze. And the last three heroes, I guess you could say, were Gordo, Bullock, and Montoya. IDW, they did a Kickstarter called Shadow of the Bat. So this is from the base box. There's a lot of figures in the base box. A lot of figures. So I did Man Bat as well. And I kind of did it in a similar idea, but it was just Man Bat's a little bit different because of how large he is. You get like that gradation and you have to use like an actual mid-tone on him. It's like, son of a biscuit. So they did a Kickstarter. Let me zoom in on them. So this Two-Face is a little bit. I need to do the black lining on him because I need to separate all the lines out on the white side. I just haven't yet because white and black typically don't mix all that well. But his face, for the most part, is kind of done, along with his second half. It's not quite the teal that I would want it to be, but I kind of feel like it works a little bit better being darker. And then the base would be like a mauve, like a same indigo kind of washed muted tones that I had been using for something like that. Just kind of something to give it a little bit of color so they can contrast against something else. I push myself. I came back from Reaper MSP and I earned a bronze medal for Puts in Boots that I painted up. I just start getting in the habits of trying to push myself higher and higher every time I paint a model. So the animated series figures that we do on Wednesday is kind of like a brain break because it's kind of like a cell shaded comic book style that you get to kind of pick 3 colors and paint with and you're good to go. I've been working on Borderlands, but I'm kind of burned out a little bit on Borderlands figures right at the moment. I have more primed up, but I want to work to finish that box. So the figures that you saw in that kit or that little box right there, that's the last set that I have to paint. And I will have one completed box of that series. It was kind of interesting when they ran that figure or that Kickstarter. They ran a board game based on the actual actual TV series. So the quote unquote missions are kind of like the beginning stories of Batman the animated series. Is my friend Antifreeze out there somewhere? I think he was actually telling me about a 3D printing that was doing Batman inspired stuff. But I have been pushing myself, and everything's going to look better and better because every time you paint something is a chance to change and a chance to grow. So nothing is bad. It is just a learning opportunity. Like this guy, for instance, I started painting him in like a brown and reds and turned too pinky. I didn't like it. Swapped over, did half of this guy in the red and brown scheme that you see last night, and then the other half was in like a white, light colors, and it just did not work. Like it looked too shaggy, and I didn't like it. So we switched up, and we're gonna do it this way now, and I like it much more better. On Saturdays, I paint with the Smiling Beagle and Laden Roses, and we've been doing a lot more. Like, since I have such a longer stream on that, I try to do like one really like go hard figure on it. So give me 1 second. Um, so I've been wrong box. Right box. Wrong box, right box is a great plan. I've been working on this vignette piece for a background, which is going to be for a fall inspired archer. So utilizing birch trees for the bark, the greens that are going to be flowing around the robes and the darker tones and stuff like that have been interesting to work with. As you can see, there's a lot to her. I might take a break from her this weekend. So far, this base itself has about 12 hours in it. And I'm not even done with the green because I'm missing pieces of the green along here. So, when the parts aren't fully highlighted up the way I want them to be. But that figure will look like that when it's all said and done. So she has a lot to her. Like there's a lot to her. I was like, oh shoot. So yeah, I work on a variety of different things to keep my brain from screaming at me too loudly, saying take a break from something, or something isn't working the way you want it to. You can shift to something else. I find that really helps. Yeah. It really helps me avoid burnout. So I get to shift between smaller projects. So she's 75 millimeter resin. So it's about twice the size of this guy. Great, because you have more room to work with. Sucks, because you have more room to work with. Oh, I have an entire bookshelf full of unpainted figures that stare me down. Um, as you can tell by the variety of boxes that I have at the ready, So I have one wall that's unpainted and ready to rock and roll, or unpainted potential. And then I have one set of stuff that's ready to be painted. And I kind of cycle through how I'm feeling. So a couple of months back, I was feeling in a really Greek mood. So I had primed Cerberus. I had a Cloud Giant. I had 2 Greek heroes that were from the box ready to go. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to do a little bit of Greek for a while. So I did that. I've got a bunch of ready to paint stuff. Sometimes it takes a lot out of me to prime and prepare stuff. So I try to like do it in bursts. Eventually I have another box that's ready to be primed of various fantasy things that are just kind of like chill your brain and paint for a little bit. Airbrush. A friend of mine gifted me a Master Series airbrush from Amazon, like a full airbrush set. It's actually not that bad. For airbrushing and what you pay for.
Followed. Who is that? Slovic 42.
Thank you for that follow, Slovic. For what you pay and the expectation of how long it lasts, the Master Series airbrush from Amazon will last you actually a while. Is it going to do super interesting, cool things? No. But it's really great for airbrushing and laying down base coats. I think that entire airbrush set was like $100. What's your PSI you're running or bar? Unsure where you're at in the country. So some people recommend going up to like 40 PSI. One thing that actually helped me, bump up to 35. Be between 30 and 40. I know a lot of people say 20 to 25, but I would push up to 30 to 35 or 30 to 40. Be in that range. Um, and then I will strip and clean my airbrush after every major use. And it drives me up the walls. If sometimes I feel like I'm having too many issues with it, I will actually let it soak overnight in like a cleaner. Yeah, give that a go. The other thing that you might want to consider, give me 1 second. Get cheesecloth or something and put it over your bottle of primer to help act as a secondary screen. Because sometimes it still gets chunky. Even though the nozzle is, that way, sometimes chunks still get in your airbrush. Someone gave me that tip, and it saved a couple of bottles of primer. I was using Stynylrez for a while, and then I finally learned that trick, and I was like, oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Um, but that I find tends to help. And then sometimes the airbrush primer itself matters, but not always. Um, oh, and how are you doing, Elizabeth? I didn't miss anything, did I? Bow, bow, bow. We have ads starting up for the moment. Take a moment, stand up, stretch, drink some water. And welcome back. Mm-hmm. What's up, Jay? It's almost phasmophobia time for you, isn't it? You're okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have Zoomy time. Everybody else is currently playing it right now. Bow, bow. Here we go. Boom, shakalaka, boom. Oh, Epic, you remember that game, don't you? NBA Jam. For you, Jay, that was a really old game that used to be played in like Pizza Huts when they actually had sit down restaurants. Yeah. So it was like an old school 2v2 basketball game. You played 3v3, and the whole point of the game was to dunk on each other. Oh, it was 2v2. It was 2v2. And it was just like a goofy little basketball game where you could have like people like do all kinds of dunks. And like the point was to get like the announcers to say, like, boom, shakalaka. Yeah, it was hilarious back in the day. Once you got to introduce Michael Jordan, he just like instantly dunked on everybody. It was like a secret character you had to unlock kind of deal. Cool. Mm. We are going to be in our last hour ish. Yeah, he was in that game. He was like a secret unlock character. Because if I remember the game right, you had to beat certain things in a specific order, and you had to pick a basketball team, but you had to unlock the teams by either defeating them or doing certain things. And Jordan was playing at the time with Pippen, and he was like they just ran over you because it was based on the '90s Bulls. That idea back in the day. I believe he was in that game. Uh, if you ever, it might have been Rodman and Pippen. I might be misremembering it. Um, I thought he was in one of the earlier versions. I gotta look. So Michael Jordan was not included in the original NBA Jam arcade games. The first version, released in 1993, featured several star players but did not have the rights to use Jordan's likeness. However, he eventually appeared in the home console NBA Jam TE Tournament Edition and in later titles. The absence of Jordan in the original arcade game sparked significant interest discussions among fans as he was considered a marquee player of the era. So the console version of the game had him, but not the OG arcade version. And that's what I was remembering. Was we played the arcade version, the home version. We didn't play the arcade version that much because we didn't have an arcade near us that was safe for us to be left in. So we got to play the original TE edition, which was a lot of fun even then. Because I think it was us at like the Sega Genesis at the time, might have been the system we were playing it on, or the Super Nintendo, I can't remember. But it was like a fun like weekend rental game, you know what I mean? But I think there was an OPM. It could have been when it was released. But you're right. The arcade version did not have it originally due to licensing. But the consoles did have it. Video games were so Wild West back then, it's not even funny. All right. I need to take a break from the red and the brown for a little bit. So, did you ever watch The Games That Made Us, Epic Cheese? On Netflix? Okay. So, back in the days, because of how hardware worked for arcade machines, because essentially the arcade machine was a cartridge, just never had to be loaded sort of deal, right? It could have been someone had an expansion slot ready to go for it. Because that was part of the problem with video games back then, is that you could release like a Galaga game or something and people would like instantly destroy it. And it's like, okay, well, that quarter's no longer useful. So somebody came up with a way to modify arcade boxes to add levels or make levels more complicated. And they just sold like little sticks of RAM that they would plug into these arcade machines and get like extra value out of them. It was a really interesting documentary. Yeah. We're finding out so many things, Epic. Get the no pineapple on pizza. Also, Tiny, your Taylor Swift has started making it into my public radio and my Spotify playlist. Great job on bumping her numbers up. Because I had said I hadn't really heard too much of her like latest album anywhere. Like I hadn't heard it on the radio. And then all of a sudden I get in the car twice today and I hear Talk to Ophelia like twice. Or The Tale of Ophelia or whatever twice. I'm like, oh wow. Uh uh I laugh at Taylor Swift, but I find the fandom hilarious. So I tend to partake in pop music sometimes. I know it's hard to believe considering we're listening to like Whiskey Blues here, but um, sometimes I get more of it from people around me. So we know what she was singing about with the redwood tree. I just want to point out how crazy that album's going to be if they get a divorce. Like how hilarious that album is going to be. The irony of it is going to make me cry, and I will not stop laughing when they get a divorce. All right, I need green and blue. Do I not have a ball on this? I don't think I have a ball on this. I need to put a ball on this. Yeah, there's no ball on this. Also, epic cheese. I got that from Reaper. Um, Good job. I ordered it early enough that I got a rock. Welcome in, Katie. I hope you had a great dinner with your dad and enjoy your lurk. Bam. Okay, we got blue and green. The blue up just a smidge. Nope, 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 nope. Please no. Please no. Hi. How are you? You are still very confused by this mat. I can tell. New mat Kitty does not like. Oh, my love. How are you? Hmm? Hmm? Hey. Hmm? There you go, Jay. She's getting better about it now. Hmm? Hmm? You want to say hello? Want to say hello? Hmm? You want to say hello? Want to give a little mew mew? Want to get a little meow meow? Mm-hmm. Aw. Yes, I love you, sweetie. How are you? She seems to be confused about what to do with her tail. I haven't slept all that good. My brain's stuck in like super creative mode. Was it pretty good? Hey. Goodbye, my love. No, it's not going to be the right way. I'm going to need a weight. Boom. There we go. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Losing too much green. Ba-da-da. Internet, please. Internet, no. But internet, please. But internet, no. But internet, please. But internet, no. But internet, please. But internet, yeah, not really. But internet, but no. But internet, but no. But internet, please. But internet, no. But internet, please. Internet, no. How you doing, Minnie? You having a good day? But internet, please. But internet, no. Thank you. But we're going with a lot of red and browns. I decided to go contrasting colors in the eyes just to make it visually pop and help bring your eyes towards the face a little bit more. May not be fictionally correct, but I don't care. We're going to start our closing time. Wind down. I usually go for a little bit longer, but I'm kind of tired and I've been like mentally frustrated. So we're going to call it around now. Thank you for that stretch, Jay. We made quite a bit of progress on Cerberus tonight. A lot more than I thought we were going to. I thought I was going to be stuck on this side forever. Kind of done-ish with the fur. Really the last bits, so I need to get rid of the tail. Ba-na. Mm. Ba- Oh, too red. Pinky red in there. Base coat redder. Agua. So teste. Banana. All right. Let us see who we are going to go raid. Yeah, it's going to be Falling Freely, who's taking part in the streamathon for Grumpy Crane channel, Grumpy Crane Studios. So thank you everybody for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. and we're going to go from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to work on something. I don't know what we're going to work on, but we're going to work on something. We will be taking part in the actual train as well with everybody else that's involved. I am doing tomorrow 4 p.m. to 7, and then I'm doing once again from Sunday between 1 and 6. So let's go say hello to Falling Freely.